Make it small again, Nico.
Hey, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good
How you doing
evening.
down there, Mr. Moore?
I'm doing fine, man. I'm blessed. I'm here.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome to Incarceration to Incorporation. Our host is off tonight without notice. He's AWOL again. We're going to get on him. Me and Julius going to get on him after a while. Uh, but welcome to Incarceration to Incorporation. And this is a show where we try to educate people on um, those people returning um, from prison back home. And what we try to do on this
Hmm.
program is to give them the resources, the information, and anything else that we can provide that will keep them from going back in and being repeat offenders. We
Right.
This show is for education and for people to participate in. We don't want to see crime in our neighborhoods on the rise as it is already. For these people coming home to be a part of that, so we try to whatever we can do, whatever part we can play. That's the part that we try to play with this platform. My co-hosts Julius Campbell and Anthony A.B. Barnes. We try to go all across the country with different people so that they can give their stories, so they can tell their stories, so that they can tell the resources and what's available to people in their communities who are coming home. So we want to thank Pastor Smalls from he has three radio stations. Pastor Dr. Reverend Smalls, he has three radio stations. He broadcasts this out of the WTLD, I believe. I don't know. Anna, if Anna's watching, I know Anna probably put it up there. But the guys in Jessup, Georgia are hearing it. Let me see. Anna did put it up there. So she shared it, and it's being broadcast inside the federal prison in Jessup. So, we just hope that when you hear this, if you have anybody that's coming home from prison, that's in prison, let them know. It's WTLD in Jessup, Georgia. WTLD in Jessup, Georgia. And they're doing great things, and we thank God for them for wanting to help on the level that they're helping. Anna's there every week broadcasting it live. So y'all share, share, share. We're waiting on the Upson 5. I mean the Upson 47 to call in. So if they're listening, y'all can call in. We have it ready so we can have that talk with y'all. But if y'all listening, call about 6:30. We want to talk with Brother Moore so we can see what's up with Brother Moore and go from there. 90.5 FM World Wide Web. 90.5 FM. That's where you can hear the show at also. So, brother Julius, you can take over from there, and we're gonna get a wealth of information from brother Moore, I know, and we'll go from there.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, Facebook friends and family. We want to thank you again, as Julius Hall stated, for coming and joining us. What we love to do is we want to give you a platform, our returning citizens. We want to give you an opportunity to share your story, because when you do that, you are helping other people to realize they're not in this thing by themselves, that they too can be successful. Tonight, Brother Anthony Moore, he's going to tell us a little bit about who he is and what's his relationship to incarceration. But before he does that, we just want you to share, as Julius Hall said, because all of us are affected by incarceration. Whether you did that time 20 years ago or 20 days ago, all of us are affected by incarceration. So without further ado, Anthony, tell us who you are and what's your relationship to incarceration.
Good evening, everyone on Facebook. My name is Anthony Moore, Executive Chef Anthony Moore, and I had an affiliation with prison in 1997, and I exited prison in 2001. My transition was rather smooth because I was a cook, and I cooked for the guards, the officers. I also cooked for the warden. I spent most of my time when I wasn't cooking on studying law in the law library, as well as facilitating Bible studies. I had a great deal of support from my family, employers, wife, and kids. So when I got out in 2001, I was pretty much still situated, and went back to work. And I just been, since that time, continuously building myself up in wisdom and knowledge. Right now, today, I am the proud owner of ANS Catering Events. I'm the proud owner and executive chef. And it don't just stop there. And I support OAA fully, and I'm willing to use all of my available resources to help someone, because going through prison and coming out and you ain't got nobody there, that's kind of hard. It's just like you're doing time all over again. There's no one there for you. Well, we're making an effort, and it's our mission to be there for the men and women that's exiting prison, to let you know someone cares. There's someone there to help you. All we're asking you to do is just reach out and accept what we have for you. And I thank Brother Julius Campbell because he could have came out of prison and said, forget about everybody else. I'm out. I'm home now. But no, he stopped and he turned and he want to go back and help those that's coming out. And I'm here with him, OAA. And like I said, we're here to empower, encourage, and educate. In
Check him
education,
out, y'all. Check him out.
it's
I
top of the
like
list.
that.
So
I like that.
that's what I have to share. Thank you for listening. We love you guys, men and women. It's going to be all right because we put God first. And thank you for allowing me to share, both you, Julius, and thank you.
No problem. We
Well,
appreciate
can
you
you hear
coming
me?
on. Go
I
ahead.
can barely hear
You
you.
hear it, Julius, in his voice. Okay. Julius, can you hear me,
Huh?
Julius?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Julius. All right. All right. So just Julius, you can hear in Anthony's voice. He seems a little nervous, but I like what he said. He spoke about when he came home, his transition was smooth because he had family support. And what
Correct.
I also love about what he said was while he was incarcerated, he had an idea and he brought that idea to the streets. And now he is an executive chef and he's able to do his own catering business. What I also talk about is progressive preparation. Julius, you may hear me speak of that every week, and that is for those that are on the inside of prison or jail. Right now, begin to think about what you want to be, what you want to do when you come home, and start where you are and progressively grow in that idea, just like Anthony did. He cooked for the guards. He cooked for the warden. He cooked for the those men and women that were incarcerated. And now on the outside, he's still cooking for people. So I just want you, Anthony, to speak to those men and women that are on the inside of prison. And I want you to encourage them. But before you do that, you heard him say OAA. OAA is an acronym for Offender Alumni Association Savannah. And what that is every other Wednesday, we meet as for Returning Citizen Support Group at 11 Waters Avenue. And what we do is we provide a platform there also for men and women who have either been incarcerated or they are relatives of those that have been incarcerated. And we encourage them, as Anthony stated. How do we encourage them? When they hear someone else's story. We also educate them, just like Anthony said. We allow them to know that there is help, that there are resources, and then we empower them by connecting those dots. And so you are definitely welcome to come out and join us. But Anthony, what we want you to speak to that person, whether it's a man or a woman, inside jail and prison, and encourage them right now.
Well, men and women that's under the sound of my voice that's still incarcerated. First thing I would like to tell you, you got to have a made up mind and a made up heart. I know that you could do this because I've done it. There are several others have done it and have come out of prison to be successful men and women. But you gotta bear down and you got to come to grips that you are more than what you think you are. I know that you can do it. I've done it. I've seen several other people do it. I know thousands of people that have done it. But you got to encourage yourself. If don't nobody else encourage you, encourage yourself. You have kids out there, loved ones, mothers, sisters, brothers. They're doing time with you, whether you know it or not. But they're getting all the pain. And it's time to stop and know that you can be a better man or woman in today's society. And the test begins the moment you step out. So grab hold of what you can now while you're still incarcerated. So when you step out of that system, you're ready for success. And like I said, there are people that's here that wants to help you. It's not a game. We really want to help you, men and women. Reach out to us.
That's right.
I'm sure Brother Campbell has information that you can reach out to him while you're still incarcerated. So when you get out, you're already familiar and situated with an organization that's there to help you.
And brother Anthony,
And that's basically all I need to say for now.
That's true. That's true, brother Anthony. And that's part of what we're trying to do, and that's one of the things that we want to accomplish in the next year, the next 12 months, is to make sure that we reach into every prison in the country. We want them to understand what we're trying to do. Brother Campbell has a awesome idea of how we're to form this new organization so that we can help everybody that's coming home. We don't want those people to feel like they have a sense of worthlessness, because like you just said, they're more than what they think they are, but they're definitely more than what people think they are. And we have to be able to provide those resources for them, because we have a motto, a slogan on this show, and it's once paid, a debt is no longer a debt. When you pay your debt, just understand, like you said, have a made up mind and have a made up heart, and you can do anything that you want to do. It didn't stop Julius from doing what he wanted to do when he came home. You see, this brother is making waves. We can't worry about anything in our past. They sent us to prison and we got through that. We came home new men. And whether somebody believe it or not, all we can do is show them. But we're not in the business of showing anybody anything. Our thing is that we want to show ourselves and God that we are better people than what we ended up being from the beginning. But uh, you know, once you pay that debt to society, it is all about you transforming yourself into who you made up your mind before you came home that you were going to be. You can't let nobody turn you around, and you just got to
That's
be
right.
focused on what you're going to do, because that's all I've done. I don't worry about what nobody else say. Like they say, I'm a lion, I'm a roar. I'm not going to worry about the opinions of sheep. If I let somebody else drink poison and I die, then that's my fault. They can drink all the poison they want and expect me to die. That ain't gonna happen. So I commend you, brother, for even having uh, the gumption to want to be a part of this here, because that's what we need. We need everybody to come together who's been affected, even if you've never been to prison. This ain't just a show for prisoners. This is a show for everybody who cares. We can stop some of these young boys. I got a mentoring group. I'm about to join another mentoring group with brother Robert Jordan. Um, and I'm also trying to get on this other one out of Atlanta with Black Man Lab. We can save some of these kids. And, I know I'm talking too much, but, what you said just, it had me thinking, that this is something that everybody needs to hear that you don't have to go to prison. You didn't have to be affected, because you're affected in some way. All you got to do is have a caring heart.
Julius, I also, Anthony, I want you to get ready to speak, because you have a lot of tools in your tool belt since you come home from prison. And I want you to tell the people about, grant writing and entrepreneurship and organizational building. But before you do that, that's just to get your mind ready. Julius, you said something. Earlier this week, I spoke about 3 C's, and they are correction, community, and returning citizen. Corrections and community and returning citizen. Unless we get those 3 entities to join together, we're going to continue to lose this battle with recidivism. Recidivism simply means the potential for or the tendency for a convicted criminal to reoffend. And so, what we need to do, corrections, community, and returning citizens, we join hands. And when we join hands and work together collectively, we can help reduce recidivism. Corrections need to speak with the community. The community needs to talk with the returning citizens. Because how are you going to solve a problem if you never talk to those who started the problem in the first place? And so that is my message, my motivation. I'm screaming to our communities, especially faith-based communities. We must dialogue those 3 together. So I'll speak a little more about that as we go on. But Anthony, tell us about grant writing. Tell us about entrepreneurship. Tell us some of the different tools that you put in your tool belt since you've been home.
I didn't quite understand you, bro. The volume is real low.
Okay. Tell us about some of the tools that you put in your tool belt since you've been home. Grant writing, entrepreneurship, businesses. Tell us a little bit about
I still
what
didn't
you've
understand
done.
you.
Do you have your volume up? I don't know why. Julius. Julius, can you hear me?
Oh Lord, I had mine on mute. Hey,
Yeah, he
yeah,
can hear you, Julius.
yeah, he'll pop back on in a minute. When you pick up his phone, it probably took the signal off. That's why I like to try to tell people to try to be on the laptop.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But
Well, while he's getting back, you got called you yet?
who did? No, they have not called. I was waiting on the brothers to call from the Upson 47 at 6:30. Hopefully, they could have called if they are listening, or if any of their people are listening. They can call at 6:30 and give us an update on what's going on. The brother there, that was some. He's doing some great things, and he says some awesome things. He says it's about empowering, encouraging, and educating, the 3 E's. And those 3 E's are powerful when you can put those together like that. We want to empower those guys to understand that when they come home, they can do anything they want to do. All they got to do is just be focused. We want to encourage them by being there for them when they want to fall back, and we're trying to make them fall forward. And we want to educate them by just showing them. They'll learn. You learn by more than just reading. You learn by seeing other people do things. The education process is not just you can get information. Education is information, and you can get that several ways. You can read it, you can see it, and by experiencing it, or it can be inspired by God. So you can get your education and information. So by him saying that he wants to empower, encourage, and to educate, that's powerful, because that's what we're here for. And and I love what you're trying to do, Julius, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to put everybody together. See, because we're all working in silos all across the country, everywhere. And some people using it for just money and to get grants here to do things that they're not really sincere about. For a job here, for something that they're not really sincere about helping a person to stay out of jail, to stay out of prison.
Right.
And what you're doing it from your heart, that you want to say, you know, yeah, we need the funds to try to create all the programs and everything for these people that are returning home. But it's from your heart that you're doing it from. And that's what you're trying to get everybody together. And those people that are doing it for other motives, they're not going to want to come in, you know, but we're going to hope that they, you know, God shines a light on that. They'll want to come in and understand that it's the bigger picture so we can lower crime all over the whole country. You know.
Correct. And you know, Julius, I've been intentional about it because when I bring up those three C's again, correction, community, and returning citizen, I've been intentional. I've been meeting with the Department of Community Supervision, the Department of Juvenile Justice. These are the correctional institutions. I've been meeting with chaplains, and I've been asking for an audience for the purpose of dialoguing. But not only the corrections piece, I've also been trying to meet with faith-based communities. I've been meeting with pastors of different churches and organizations, trying to also dialogue with them to bring them to the table. And also I've been meeting with returning citizens. There are a lot of returning citizens who have started their own nonprofits, and we're trying to connect all three together. And I guarantee you, as we connect all three together with the sincere purpose of reducing recidivism and prison reform, we can do a lot of things. And so I want to ask you, Julius, I know you are more political, but you're a very smart and intelligent person. What do you believe that we can do to help bring those three C's together?
And you say correction, the three C's.
Corrections, community, and returning citizens.
Oh, okay. That's the last one was it started with R. Okay, return to citizens. Well, it takes a community to really keep a person that has offended come home and for that person not to offend again. It takes a community, or it just takes one hell of a will. You know, you if a person they're coming home and they can't get a job, what do you think that person is going to do? They make it hard for a person to get a job because then on the background check, certain jobs they don't want you. So you know that makes it hard for that person to get back into the flow of society. Some people don't believe that once you have committed a crime that you should just be thrown away forever. But you can't let nobody turn you back. You can't let nobody opinion of you stop your purpose in life. And I mean, you most times when you look in the mirror in the morning, you're your biggest enemy. You got to convince yourself that I'm going to do right today and I'm going to make it. That's all it's about. You know, you have to do right and know that you're going to make it, and you can succeed if the people, the community. Once you bring the community in, and you do things in the community, people see you trying to do good things. People will uh, uh, collaborate with you. They'll get with you to do things. They'll invite you into different circles. Um, and you know, and that's what it's all about. You're a citizen just like they are, but you're just a returning citizen. You went through something. You went through something that most people don't go through. What a third of the well, you know, I guess a third. They say a third of the whole population goes through the penal system in some kind of way, whether it's probation or incarceration. You go through that system, or the third way is you have somebody that's a family that's close to you that went through the system or on probation. So it affects everybody. And it affects those people who are complaining all day. Those ones who are goody two shoes that think that the only thing is that they've never been caught. They think that once a person does something that you're supposed to lock them up and throw the key away, and then if they come home, you're supposed to shun them. You know, but that's not the way it's supposed to be. It takes a community to do everything, and those returning citizens, all we can say is we're going to be busting our butt every day trying to get to where we got to get so that we can help everybody. Success stories. Somebody called me today and was telling me that they wanted me to be the face of this program that they have uh, that they're forming, and it has to do with returning citizens, those who have offended and came home. But and I told them I don't mind being the face of anything. Whether I win this mayor's race or not, it doesn't make my success any higher or lower. I'm a success because I woke up this morning. I'm a success because I'm trying to help somebody else's life be better. The winning this race doesn't mean the world to me. It doesn't. I believe I'm going to win, but it does not mean that it's the end for me. All I can do is keep striving. I can keep helping somebody, and that's what it's all about. I'll be proud to do whatever I can to help anybody because that's what it's all about. You and I know firsthand, and anybody that comes in this program almost knows firsthand what it means to sit in there and not have anybody there to that you would think at that moment cares about you. But somebody out there cares about you. But at that moment, you're thinking nobody cares about you. And that's, when God gets a hold of you and show you that he really cares and where he wants to take you. You muted. You muted. You muted. I think you still, you have to hit the mute button yourself. I tried to unmute you. You can't tap it? Okay. Yeah, he probably have to go out and come back in. But you know, and anybody that's out there listening, if you're out there and you hear what we're doing here on this program, and you want to offer help, you have a job for somebody, uh, you know, I don't care what kind of job it is. We know people that need painting jobs, guys that went to prison. They learned how to do construction. They learned how to do heating and air. It's a lot of opportunities that you can give people. Can you hear me now?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I apologize for that. Yeah, it froze on me. Um,
Oh, okay.
and when I spoke about those three C's, one of the reasons why I was saying that too was because let me tell you why mass incarceration issue is a problem. Mental health, substance abuse, no housing. Men and women that are coming back home from incarceration don't have a place to live. Why don't they have a place to live? Because background checks. When they keep running these background checks and they realize that these men and women have been incarcerated, they are denying them. Myself, I was denied 3 times. And guess what? Also, Julius, application fees are $50 per application. So you are losing $50 every time you are applying for a house, which angers or frustrates any person, returning citizen or just a community citizen. And so that is why we need the community to be educated on what's going on, because these men and women are coming home and eventually they are going to be your next door neighbor. Would you rather have a better person or a bitter person living next to you?
That's
And
correct.
that's why we need the community to be educated. Corrections. We need corrections to come alongside the community. Why? Because corrections have to understand that fear is not a motivating factor for success. Did you hear that, Julius?
That's it. I heard.
Fear is not a motivating factor for success, but relationship is. Relationship helps to build motivation. Motivation helps to build success. And when the correction comes alongside community, coming alongside returning citizens, that's success, brother. What do you think about that?
Yes, sir. That is absolutely true. Fear is not. Fear is never, ever should be a part of what you think your success is going to be. You can't be scared of anything. You have to knock fear right out of the door, because uh, if I was scared, I wouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing. You know, every day I'm out uh, trying to make sure that this platform be what it needs to be. Every day for the last few months, I've been out trying to make sure that I'm in a position to make Port Wentworth a better Port Wentworth. So it's no fear. I got to, you got to keep striking that rock. Keep striking it. You're gonna bust it wide open after a while. And the thing is, when you have people, and that's where community comes in. When you have people that believe in you, when you show them that you want to do the right thing, and they believe that you want to do the right thing, then they'll get behind you. You don't have no fear, really don't have no fear then when you have people behind you. I come with an army. I come with an army. Because people believe in me because I've showed them that this is what I want to do. It's not that I'm trying to. Every day I wake up, I try to make the world better. At least the world around myself, somewhere around me, somewhere in Chatham County. I try to make the world better. And with this platform, we can reach people all over and try to make their lives better. So fear,
Uh,
you can't have no fear. Not when you believe in God.
True. No, no. I agree, Julius. And I just hope those that are listening, whether they are from corrections, whether they are from the faith-based community, or whether it's the returning citizens, if we can put aside our selfish agenda and work together, I really believe, Julius, that we can be successful. And Julius, just looking at you and your success, I believe that your success is an impetus, if you will, for motivation. Because when men and women hear your story, knowing your past, that tells them and it reinforces that message to them that, you know what, we can make it. It reinforces the visual picture that, you know what, we can be whatever we desire to be. And so I want to know something, Juice, and you tell me, whether it's political or whether it's personal, what made you decide to run for mayor? And I'm talking about outside of the fact that you wanted to make a difference for your community. What else was the motivating factor that pushed you to run?
Well, and it's I don't even know whether I got enough time to tell you about that, but I'm gonna try. Uh, you know, politics has become my life the last 7, 8 years. Um, I It was really a challenge getting in the political arena. Charlie Brown taught me everything I know about politics. Then all I did was study. So when I came home, I said, I know all these things about politics. I still have a whole community behind me. I have a whole lot of friends, a great base. So I got into the world of politics. And by helping these people achieve their goals in getting elected to office, then I was challenged to see what I can do. If I'm so good at getting people elected, can I get myself elected? And it's not about the challenge. Because I just don't fall for anything. I saw that there were things in Port Wentworth where I live. I want to make where I live better. Wherever I'm at, I'm going to make it better. I don't care where it is. I'm going to make it better. Ask anybody who's ever known me in their life. If they ever were around me, I tried to make wherever we were better. I don't care whether it was prison. I don't care whether it was a relationship. I don't care what it was. You could put me in a trash can and I'm going to make that trash can better. That's just what I do. I am a problem solver. I saw that we had problems here in this city and I want to correct them. And somebody told me, said, well, stop talking about it. I warned the mayor. I helped the current mayor get elected. But then he really fooled us, told us he was somebody and he was somebody else. So that gave me the inspiration to say, well, I did warn him that if he didn't do what he was supposed to do, that I would be running against him in 4 years. I want to show him what he should be doing. You know, this is what he should be doing for all the citizens of Port Wentworth to make it one Port Wentworth. Right now, there's two. So what inspired me was knowing that I have an opportunity to really make a difference. If I didn't think I could make a difference, I wouldn't even get in. I wouldn't. But I know that there's change, and a lot of people, change has to come, change has to happen, and a lot of people aren't ready for it. Port Wentworth has never had a black mayor. They only had four black city councilmen in 75 years. So, how many years it's been? Um, so uh, this county, this city, this region is ready for change. It's not about black. It's not about white. But you have to understand when you wake up in the morning, you are black. You can't hide that. You can't run from it. I am who I am. So, what inspires me is knowing that I have an opportunity to make it better. People look for you to fail. They look for you to fail, but you got to look for yourself to be successful. You got to look for yourself to be a mentor to those kids that you want to make sure that they survive and not follow what you did 30 years ago. You want to make sure that
But
nobody. Go ahead.
let me ask you this. 30 years ago, and that's what I want to segue into that. Since you've been running, has someone, or whether it's by social media or just face to face, has someone brought your past back up to you? And if they have, how did you respond?
Well, we got a few distractors, and we got an old. He claims he's not a racist, but what other reason would you not be who you are with the things that you're saying? You don't call anybody names who you don't know. And I'm sure that I've never met this gentleman, but he wants to talk about me and what happened 30 years ago. I don't need to talk about that guy 30 years ago. I buried him on the wreck yard in Long Park, California. He's buried. You won't ever see that guy again. So this is the Julius Hall you have to deal with. And they're afraid of that. They're afraid of change. And he brought it up. And but it doesn't bother me because I'm gonna tell you really, I do look at what people say, but it doesn't bother me. It doesn't, because if I let it bother me, it's gonna eat me up. That's like I said earlier. Let them drink the poison and hope that I die. They can drink it all day long. I don't care. But because all I can do is move forward. I don't win this race, I'm still going to do the same things I've been doing before. I'm going to advocate for other people because, hey, we don't have long on this earth. I got to worry about my 3 grandkids. That's what I got to worry about. I got to worry about my 3 grandkids and the grandkids coming, the other ones that are coming. I can't worry about what these people think about me. They weren't voting for me anyway. But I'm going to make it one
Well, let me
more
ask you a question.
be their
Let
mayor.
me ask you this. Let me ask you this. As a politician, now I'm jumping across my field of expertise because I'm ignorant in this field. So I want you to help me and others that are listening. As a politician, what can we do to, number one, educate our community on how to change policies? And I'm primarily speaking of prison policies. And then number two, what can you do or what will you do as a politician to speak to these issues of incarceration and prison reform?
Well, the only thing that I can tell people that they could do to help is to go vote, register and vote, because your vote is your power. Your vote is the only way that you can change things when it comes to laws and policies is to vote. You put the right people in and you tell them the way that they need to march. That person is not in charge by himself. He is in charge because the people put him there and the people can remove him. So that's the way that you do that part. The only other thing that you could do is what I can do as mayor is to make sure that it's easier for somebody to get hired from in a city job who has a criminal record. After they, I just can't look at the background check. I got to be able to make sure that that person is wants to do right. You have a made up mind and a made up heart, like Brother Moore said, and that's what it's all about. But that's all. That's not on this level. That's all you can do. Now, if you send me to the U.S. Congress to replace one of those people, then I can change things on a national level. But that's 20 years from now.
Hey, I like that. And the reason I asked that question because there are a lot of people, those that are on the outside community, those that are on the inside, incarcerated. Politicians go to churches, go to the neighborhoods, and they give this beautiful speech about who they are and what they can do. And then when they get the vote, they never go back to the community to get a chance to give an update or do what they said. And there are a lot of families who have loved ones incarcerated. They have no connection, no dialogue, no communication with those very same politicians that came to speak to them. So I guess that was one of the reasons why I asked, because there should always remain a level of transparency and also communication. Can we do better with that as politicians?
Well, we need to. We need to. I'm running on a platform of accessibility, transparency, and accountability. Right now, the mayor who I helped get elected here in Fort Worth hasn't been back to this community in 4 years. 4 years, he's never been back, ever. People don't even know who the mayor is. When I'm finished with my first 4 terms, one thing that every citizen in Fort Worth will be able to say is the mayor knows my name. Everybody. I'm going to be at every house, every community, and I'm going to bring the city council with me. You will know who is representing you. Those old ways of doing things and sitting there every 30 days, they meet every 30 days. Every 30 days. You can't get nothing done in a city that's the second fastest growing city in the state of Georgia, meeting every 30 days. You can't do it. But change is coming. It's a whole lot of things that we're going to do. It's a whole lot of new things, new projects that we want to implement. We have a sports arena going up, complex going up. We got that's in the works. We're going to be building a new city hall. I'm going to make some changes to that. I don't know what they were thinking about in the last meeting, but I'm making changes to that um, uh, as soon as I can get in office, because we're going to bring city council members with an office in there. We want to have a working city council member. We're not going to have an absent city council that you see every 30 days. These city council people, especially the mayor pro tem, will be in the community talking to businesses every day. We're going to be out trying to see how we can make everybody's lives better. People are scared to come to Port Wentworth right now. That's going to change. That's going to change. I can't stop the state patrol from patrolling the highway, but my officers will be patrolling the community. I'm an ex-police officer. I know what it takes to do police work, and I know what a speed trap city is. So if they need me to teach them, then that's what will happen. They'll be taught by me. But whoever's a police chief will have to understand that this city will be a friendlier city. Why do we have to go to Pooler? Why do we have to go to Effingham? Why do we have to go to Savannah and Tybee to enjoy a night out all weekend? There's nothing here for us. And the people that have been running the city for the last 70 years are still doing the same thing. They're thinking in the same block. I think this might be a caller because somebody wanted to know how they could call in. Let me see. Caller? I guess not. It was Sister Muhammad or somebody. I put the number up. Wanda Muhammad wanted to call in. I put the number up earlier that you could have called in if you wanted to, and tell us what you want to talk about. I guess the Upson 46, I don't know why I keep reducing that number. The Upson 47 didn't get a chance to call in. They probably blocking these brothers from calling in because people are jumping on to try to help them now. So hopefully they're getting the help that's needed. I'm going to call Alderwoman Alicia Miller Blakely and find out whether she talked to them this week, because they probably cutting their phones off knowing that they're asking the community to help them. And that's what's needed. Just like those guys, some of them probably are guilty. It's 47 of them. I don't know. But some of them probably ain't got, I know how the system is, especially when you're talking the Fed system, but that's the state there. But sometimes the charges are just trumped up charges. They'll throw them in there just because a person that's trying to get off or tell them a lie about you, and they'll throw that charge in there. It happened to me. 70% of the stuff that was in my indictment is a lie. 30% of it was right, but 70% of it was a lie. Could not be proven. Period. Nowhere in the world that 70% of it could be proven.
Well, let me ask you this. In Port Wentworth right now, do they have a organization, or are they friendly towards men and women who are returning citizens? Do you know of any organizations in Port Wentworth at this moment that are re-entry friendly?
None that I know of. None that I know of.
Okay.
We're going to see how we can make city government a little bit more friendly, because people want an opportunity just like everybody else. Once you done left the prison system, your debt is paid. You should have the right, it's all according to what your crime was, to participate and be a returning citizen.
Great. And so, and as we get ready to close, Julius, I want you to just give a word of encouragement to those other men and women who have returned, just like you and myself. I want you to encourage them and just let them know that it's not over yet. But before you do that, let me just plug in right here by letting people know here, OAA Savannah, Offender Alumni Association Savannah. We meet every other Wednesday, a returning citizen support group at 8011 Waters Avenue. 8011 Waters Avenue. Or you can contact me on Facebook, Julius Campbell. Just look me up, and we welcome you. We provide a platform for you to share your story so that you can encourage, educate, and help to empower other returning citizens like you and myself. I like to end as I get ready to turn it over to Julius by saying, and this is something that I want to reiterate every week. We may have all started out wrong, but we can also now finish strong. Julius, back in your hands.
I'd like to thank all our viewers, Malvise Robeson, Brett Campbell, uh, Sister Wanda Muhammad, Tara Scott Brown, Anna. Thank you all for commenting. I know it's a bunch of other people watching that didn't comment, but we appreciate y'all tuning in and watching. Share, share, share. And if you get a chance, if you know anybody who's been through the system, just send them to us. We're not going to turn our backs on them. Anything that we can do, anywhere that we can lead them, that's where we're going to lead them. We're not going to lead them down the dark road and back into the system. We're going to try to help them as much as we can. That's what we're here for. We're sincere about what we're trying to do. You know, and we want to be able to empower, to encourage, and to educate them. That's what it's all about. Once paid, the debt is no longer a debt. And we want to make sure that they understand that and understand the meaning of that, that you can go anywhere from here. You can go anywhere from here. You start today. Don't let yesterday hold you back. Yesterday is gone. You can never have yesterday back. You can only look forward to today and tomorrow. You can look forward to that if you make it till tomorrow. So, we want to thank Brother Moore for coming on. We'll get him back on when his system is a little bit better because he kept fading in and out. But that's what we're going to make sure we tell everybody, try to get on a laptop and have good Wi-Fi. But I thank you, Brother Julius, because you have been, God does things that we're not even aware of. He put people in your lives that you're not even thinking that you're going to meet. And
Right.
those people have a skill set that is needed to advance what we're trying to do. And AB just texted me and say he overslept and he appreciate both of us. He got some projects that's been wearing him out and he overslept. But you are a godsend to us because whenever we need a person to fill in, you are there. Whenever we need somebody to just do what we're doing and be that co-host with us, you are there. And it's something that you're doing from your heart. It ain't nothing you're doing for any funds or anything else. God has you on a mission. And, even though our debts are paid, we still feel like we owe the world something. And that's why we work the way that we do. We work this way because we feel like it's somebody behind us that we need to bring forward with us. It's
Yes.
somebody on the side of us that we need to help save. It's somebody in front of us that needs to show the way to those on the side and the back of us. So, if we can help empower, encourage, and educate these returning citizens, and even those that have not gone through the system yet, if we can catch them before they go into the system, before they get a chance to offend, we've done our work. That's all that anybody can ask of us. But we need
Right.
everybody's help. We need everybody's help to come on board to help us out to do the things that we're doing. You know, so that's my word of encouragement. Just keep moving forward. You can go anywhere from right here. So we'll get with you all. We'll see you next week, Julius. I'll give you a call. We got lunch on Tuesday with
Yes.
Brother Murray, and we'll get everything done, hopefully, next week and be on the road to helping more people. Okay?
Exactly. Got you. Much
All right.
love.
See y'all. Y'all tune in tonight, 10:30, America After Dark. Tonight, 10:30, America After Dark. 12 o'clock noon tomorrow for the Watchdogs. 6 o'clock tomorrow for Pastor Smalls. Tell it like it is. All right. So y'all stay tuned. Out
Good
of here.
night.
Good night.